And my very first column that I ever wrote for High Times was the time I smoked a bowl with Ozzy Osbourne. That was an amazing experience. So what happened was when Sabbath was first reuniting, and I think it was 98 or 99, they reached out to High Times and said, Sabbath's doing a reunion. We want to be on the cover of High Times. We want to do High Times. We went to the hotel. We met Tony Iommi, the guitarist, and Ozzy in their hotel room. We were like fanboys. We were freaking shaking. We were so nervous, but they were awesome. They had procured all this and props and everything for the photo shoot. And Ozzy comes in, and the first thing he did, he sees a big pile of weed. And the first thing he did when he comes in, he goes, oh my God, is that for real? And he goes trotting over to it and starts manhandling the buds and smelling them. And all of his handlers are freaking out. They're like, no, because he's sober at this point for years. Like, no, Ozzy, no, leave that. We got to stay focused and whatever. So he picks up this big nug and he's smelling it, and he looks around, and I'm sitting alone on this couch in the way corner, and he comes trotting over to me, and I'm just like frozen like a deer in headlights. And he says, can we smoke this? And I said, hell yeah, we can smoke that. And I picked up the bowl, and he sat down next to me, and he starts asking me about the bud. Where was this grown? And what is this strain? And his people are freaking out. They're like, no, Ozzy, come on, we got to stay focused. He was completely ignoring them. All he cared about was the weed. And so I packed a bowl of the weed, and we sat down, and I lit it up, passed it to him. We passed it back and forth a couple times. He got up and went and did the photo shoot, and I was just like in heaven. I'm sitting there like, oh man, this is amazing. I had my Paranoid vinyl, but I have a signed Ozzy album that says Stay Stoned to me, and I got to smoke a bowl with him. That's my Ozzy story.